to another vlog. So right now I'm at Bryant Park, literally right in front of a bunch of ice skaters, which is so cool because I don't know. I was just at a Starbucks near the Hilton, which is where the URTA'S are. I have the URTA'S audition today and tomorrow, and it was just like, no. I was just not feeling well. Like, I was feeling really anxious. Ever since yesterday, I've been feeling really anxious. This whole experience of like back-to-back auditions has been really hard for me. I'm just a highly sensitive person, and giving everyone to people and then just like getting a no, or feeling like, you know, even though they didn't say a no, it's still a no, and just getting my hopes and dreams like shattered and day in and day out without a break. It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. But being here with the New York Public Library behind me, ice skaters in front of me at Bryant Park, in the middle of the city, like, I'm just so happy and grateful right now. I'm trying to sell my camera, and I think I got 2 potential sellers or buyers. But if they don't buy it, because I've been getting scam after scam, so if they don't buy it, I'm just gonna sell it to the camera store for like half the price that I wanted to sell it for, because I really, really want the Sony ZV-10 because it has a mic that's like way better, and you can attach a mic to it too, and it's just a way better camera for vlogging in general, so I really want that. But anyways, I had a UCSD audition yesterday, and they literally told me right after I went in, like right as I walked out, that I'm not moving forward. It was just really hard, and then after that I just felt really bad because I didn't think I did the best I could, because the whole day was really bad. Like, I woke up late, and then the A train like shut down. I guess they were having technical problems, so then like I was like, I don't even know, like 40 minutes late to my audition or something, and then they let me go, and they barely gave me any time to prepare because I was so late. So by the time I got in, I was so frazzled that I wasn't even grounded enough to like do well. I mean, I didn't do bad, but whatever, you know, it's an experience. Hopefully I get some callbacks today. If not, I'm probably gonna cry again. You grieve for one day and then you move forward, and then you grieve another day and then you move forward. I grieved yesterday for UCSD, now I've moved forward. I grieved Yale that day, now I've moved forward, you know? You gotta keep pushing. I'm still waiting for USC and Brown. Like, I don't even know what's happening with those. Like, I have no idea. It's so hard to tell. I don't know, with USC, I feel like they didn't like me, but I still have hope because it's, oh my god, it's like my top, like, Brown and USC are literally my top schools. Like, I love both the programs, and I love the schools. Also, I really want to stay in New York. That's what I realized yesterday. Like, I really want to go to school in New York. So I don't even know if USC is my top then, actually. I just think it's a nice school. But, like, I really want to go to NYU or Juilliard or Columbia. I just want to be here. Either here or Chicago or Brown, because that's close enough. Yeah. Oh my god. I love New York so much, and I didn't realize how much I loved it. Like, I feel like New York was always like a dream I had. Like, when I was a kid, I had this like fantasy of like what living in New York would be like, going to school in New York and living my dreams out in New York. And I feel like as I grew older, that dream kind of like died, and I started to think that maybe this dream I had of New York was just a dream, and it was just like what you see on TV and YouTube, but it's like not reality. But actually it is reality. Like, people in New York are so much nicer than the people in Boston. It's so diverse, the food is amazing, there's so much like community. Like, people are always leaving the house and doing things, but in Boston nobody leaves the house. Like, nobody does anything, and it's like, I love it here. Like, I've decided, regardless of what happens with the schools, like, I'm moving here in the fall, unless I get into somewhere that's not in New York. But like, if I don't get in anywhere, which like is always a possibility, I'm just gonna move to New York and work. I'm gonna get a job. I think I'm gonna apply for like a real job, like a career job, and then do as much acting as I can while I'm working, because I can't afford to live here with Apple. Like, it's expensive, sweetie. Like, it's a lot of money, and I want to live comfortably. At least until I go to school, and then I'm gonna reapply. But that's only if I don't get in. I'm not giving up. I'm just. I had a lot of time to think yesterday when I was just sad. So I'm just so glad to be here. Oh, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Guys, I've been using this backpack that I literally bought off Amazon and got shipped to my friend's place in New York. It's a camera bag, and this part zips down. Like you pull the Velcro and then it zips down. And then it has a compartment that's just for your camera. And it's blocked off from the top, so you can't put anything in that area except for your camera stuff, and you can easily access it without having to like open your backpack all the time. You just pull this Velcro down and you grab your camera, and you can put your tripod, batteries, whatever.
Good morning, y'all. It is the day after URTA'S has ended, and I'm eating some breakfast. I'm eating it late because I woke up late because honestly, like, I was so tired. URTA'S was so exhausting. Like, we had to stay there both days, like the whole day, waiting to see if we got callbacks. And the callbacks were so quick. They were just like information being thrown at us. But it was so fun because I got to see people, but I was so like socially drained, like my battery was gone. I woke up at like 10, at 12 right now. I took a shower. I'm eating brunch basically. I bought way too many groceries. I ended up eating out most of the week because I was just running around, and it was hard to like, once you're in Midtown, you're not gonna come back to Brooklyn to eat, you know? So, too far away. This is so good. But yeah, I just want to give a recap of how the URTA'S were like. Basically, during the guest auditions, I got like 4 or 5 callbacks, which was nice. I got to talk to a lot of people. And the guest auditions are very much like speed dating because you initially perform in this room where there's like a stage kind of platform thing, and then there's rows of tables with white tablecloth of of people from different schools watching you and taking notes. Everyone had their own time slot. Mine was in the morning, and you're supposed to remember your time slot for the entire day because when you talk to them later, they use that to identify you. Tomorrow or something. I also have to do my laundry tomorrow because I do not even have any socks left. But anyways, today I'm gonna go return some packages because I have to return my camera because I bought a new camera, guys. Right now I'm using my iPhone, but I bought a new camera. I can't wait to finally start using it. I want to return my Canon today because I sold it on Marketplace, and then I have to return my UPS package from Amazon because I'm selling it and I'm returning it, and then I have to go to FedEx and get some headshots and also get stuff to pack up my Canon. I'll see you guys later. Hi everyone. I'm using my new camera right now, and I have it up on a tripod. I'm eating this dinner I made, even though it is quite late. Whatever. I made pasta with how I burnt my hand while I was grabbing one of the pots when it was on the stove. That's fun. So I'm literally in bed right now. You can see it's red. But anyways, I'm eating pasta seasoned with Alfredo sauce, and then I'm eating some corn and spinach with, I'm putting some butter on top because like I love butter. And then I'm eating tilapia. I should have made more than one, but I just made one tilapia with seasoning. So today I auditioned for the Old Globe and it was really fun. They were super nice, and for once I actually experienced an auditioner asking me questions after the audition, where the other ones are just like thank you, but for this one they asked questions to every single person. Well, I don't know if it was every single person, but it was like a common thing they were doing. It wasn't like if they liked you they asked questions, it was just they just wanted to know about you. Because actually I think it was every single person, because they said before it even started, like, we want to hear your monologues, and then, you know, we want to talk to you for a little bit. And they were just super nice. Like, they were like, take your time, breathe, like, you know, we're not going anywhere, make sure that you're ready before you start. And that made me feel really at ease. It just reminded me, like, when you go to these auditions, like, it's your stage, it's about you, you know what I mean? Like, you are showing them what you have. They're there all day, you know what I mean? They're seeing lots of people. You have to make it seem like it's your home and you're inviting them to your home. And I feel like I heard that, like, I heard my acting coach tell me that, but I feel like over time, as I've been auditioning, I've gotten better and better at actually doing it, because I've realized, like, hearing something and doing it are two completely different things. And this was the first audition where I really felt like I was using my voice instead of like a performative voice, and I really felt like I was showing someone who I was. And even though, you know, I don't know what's gonna come from it, I'm so proud of who I am and who I'm becoming as an artist. I'm proud of what I did, regardless of what the result is. And I feel like that's what I've focused on this entire time, is like, not really like, you know, what is gonna come from this, or obviously I care about that, but whenever I leave the auditions, what makes me sad, what makes me feel low, it's not that they cut me. I mean, obviously that does too, but it's that I didn't do the best job that I know I can do. And I feel like today I did. And it was just a nice environment. Like, nobody was getting cut, nobody was like getting told right after that they didn't make it, you know? It was a very like happy, like, just show us what you can do, just have fun type of environment. And then they asked me, why do you want to go to a classical conservatory? Because Old Globe is a part of USD, and that's a classical conservatory 2-year training. I just told them, like, I'm really interested in like learning the bare bones of theater. I love classical works and it just seems perfect for me, right? And then they asked me, what have you done the past year? And I told them I worked at Apple and figuring things out, and, you know, working on video editing and videography and things like that. And then they were like, well, thank you, it was so nice to meet you. And I was like, thank you, and it was done. So it was super nice and chill. And then after that, I went to UPS to drop something off, and I went to Chelsea Market and Starbucks Reserve, which was so cool because I've been wanting to go to that place for so long, and I just like showed up, like it just popped up out of nowhere. I've been realizing that happens a lot in New York. I'll be like going somewhere, and then on the way I'll just see things that are cool that I want to go to, you know? So that was fun. And then I came back, made this dinner, eating. I have 3 days off now. That's gonna be fucking amazing. I'm just gonna relax. and then Juilliard on Friday. I'm just like praying, like really praying I get a call back from one of these schools that I'm waiting on. You know, just so I can really show them what I can do, and also like an experience, like a callback, you know what I mean? At one of these great schools. But I don't know, man, it's just the process of waiting, which sucks. Like, how long is it gonna take for these people to get back to me, you know? Anyways, I just wake up every day and I'm like, today's another day to go after my dreams. So that's what you have to do. I saw a bunch of actors today. They were auditioning for like, you know, shows, like shows that are happening right now, like not schools. And it's just really a glimpse of like what I could be doing, you know, if I moved here, or even in Boston, just like auditioning. It's the same thing. You go there, you try your best, and sometimes it doesn't work out and it hurts, but you have to wake up every single day and try it again and try it again, because it's not gonna like happen overnight. Unlike people who like somehow become like internet sensations, like that's not how acting works. You know, you do something good and then you try again, and then you do something good and you try again, and then you don't get something, and so on and so forth. So, you know, this was just the beginning for me. But I'm only 23. I have so many options. Could go to one of these conservatories, could try again for an MFA, you know? The world is your oyster. You just gotta figure out what's right for you. And that's what I'm realizing is like, it's not about getting to the best school, it's getting to what's right for me and figuring out what's right for me and like what's right for my next steps, you know? But to be honest, just like doing this all the time, like I love being around theater people. I love feeling like I'm a part of something. I love feeling like I'm actually doing this and it's not just like a dream anymore. Like it's actually reality. Like I'm actually an actor now. You know what I mean? That's just crazy. It's like the Hugh Jackman line, you know, from The Greatest Showman. What is it? Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. Ew, that's so corny. But that's literally how I feel. Like, once you start doing that, you can't go back. You know? You can't go backwards because you've already seen what it's like to go after what you want. It's like, then you're dreaming with your eyes wide open, you know what I mean? And then, once you do that, you gotta just keep climbing. Climbing. Can't go backwards, gotta go forwards. I love this camera. Wow. I shipped my camera out today, so that's sold. I'm just looking at the quality. This tripod is so much better than the tripod I had. Oh my god, it was so janky. It was so small. I don't know what I was thinking. Like this one extends so, like it can go from this size to like all the way up to like me standing, you know, up to my body, or even higher probably. I think I'm probably gonna edit videos tomorrow, maybe go to a WeWork, I don't know, maybe just stay here to figure out why my freaking videos keep getting copyrighted, even though I literally bought the music from Epidemic Sound, but still getting copyrighted, so whatever. I'm just gonna have to figure that out. My friend's cat just literally ran away, so I guess he doesn't like being recorded. Oh my god, I'm just like so excited about the fact that I actually have like a legit camera setup now. Like this tripod is so much higher and there's a microphone attached. There's a microphone input jack in the camera. Like, oh, it was a good decision to get this camera. It's beautiful. I'm like so nervous to use it because, God forbid, I'm just scared. I don't know, I feel like it's such a beast of a camera that I'm like scared to use it. But I always have this problem where like I get nice things and then I feel like I don't deserve them, you know? Okay, I believe I have everything now. Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, like my mom, she would just not want us to buy expensive things growing up, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you have that family where they're just super, super money conscious all the time, it just gives a bad relationship with money. So I feel like now I'm just like too spendthrift, because now that I can like spend my own money, I feel like I spend too much of it, or I'll like won't spend it at all because I'm like terrified of not having money, and just like this really bad cycle. And so when I get nice things for myself that I really want and like thought through, I feel like I don't deserve it. Like I should return it. I get so scared that I'm gonna destroy it. Like this MacBook that I got, I had a discount from work. It was a really big discount. So I started to treat myself because I needed a computer that I could like edit videos on, because I was like uploading footage and it wouldn't upload. Like it literally didn't have enough storage to upload footage from my camera. And I was like, this is pointless. And then when I would edit videos, it would take so long to process because I couldn't handle it. It was too much for it. It was like the best computer for editing, like it's the best. But I was like too scared to even use it at first because it was such a nice thing to have, but I was like, felt like I was undeserving of it. And I feel like that's like a really big trend in my life. It's just me having self-worth issues and thinking I'm not good enough for things, and so I shouldn't even try, you know, like even doing this YouTube thing, it feels like I have this imposter syndrome, you know? Like I shouldn't even be doing it because like nobody watches these videos, but like doing it is what can get people to like find me and maybe I can help someone, you know? But it's just so hard to get past that imposter syndrome, you know? So honestly, like what you have to do is just, you have to remind yourself like what you're bringing to the table. Basically, like what I've learned is like today, or yesterday over the weekend, like there were schools who were telling me that they could see my intelligence and my English background, my English major background, by the way I was doing my pieces. And I was like, I had no idea that was even the case. I had no idea that they even saw that. And it's just like a huge reminder that you're showing yourself whether you realize it or not, and who you are is always going to be authentically you. Like there's literally no way somebody else could say something in the same way as you, or could say a monologue in the same way as you, or even just like talk to someone in the same way as you. Like you have your own experiences, you have your own things that you can bring to the table. And that's what I realized. I was like, wow, this thing that I've been like running away from, you know, this thing that like I have felt so self-conscious about, like I feel like I need to hide it. Like I feel ashamed when I tell people who were acting majors and who are coming in for like this MFA and they have so much more training than me, that I say like, oh yeah, I was an English major, and then they just have this like look of like, what the hell are you doing here? And it makes me so self-conscious. And that was the first time where I actually felt seen, and I felt like, oh, like it's okay that I did something different, because it brought me this, you know, different perspective and education on these words and these pieces. And I really like to know, you know, everything about it and the history of it, and just really feel each word. And I love Shakespeare, and I love reading, and I love writing, and like why would I apologize for that? I just feel like I thought this whole time that I had this big disadvantage, and everybody told me that like, no, like your English background will set you apart. But like going in and actually doing the training, and then competing against people who've been training for like years, like 4 years, right? And I've been training for like, I mean, I've been, you know, taking classes and like doing shows, but like I've actually been like training for only like 4.5 months, and that just makes me feel horrible, because I'm like, damn, like what if I had that advantage and I could have been like working right now, like I could have been a working actor by now. But instead I just feel like I don't fit anywhere, you know? Like I stick out. Like I stand in rooms and I feel like a giant, like, you know, the Taylor Swift lyric. Oh my god, I keep pulling up song lyrics. This is so me. Like, this is not strange at all. This is like, if you go to my therapy appointments, like, this is what I do. Where it's like, oh, what's the lyric? It's like, I'm a giant breaking everything. If you're into Taylor Swift, it's from Anti-Hero. Yeah, I feel like that's how I feel in these rooms. Like I don't fit, like I'm like a sore thumb, like I will make up imperfections in order to like convince myself that I shouldn't be there when I should and I deserve to. And there are other people who also did English. I mean, they minored, but still. It's just like, there's so many people with so many different paths doing this. And for someone to just like recognize me like that and say, I see you, I understand, this is what you can do to like get better, but also bring that thing that you have, because we want that on our team. That's just so special. And it really gave me the confidence to just go to the Old Globe audition today, and just like be myself. And I wish that I had that perspective and confidence from the very first audition. But that's just like me being a perfectionist, because there's literally no way that you're gonna be the same person as you were. I mean, not no way, I mean there is a way, but like, you shouldn't strive to be the same person as you were when you started something, you shouldn't strive to, oh my god, I can't speak. You shouldn't strive to remain the same person throughout this audition experience, because if you're not growing and pushing towards great lengths and just transforming as a person, then to me, I feel like it's kind of pointless to like take this risk and use this drive to create something and not evolve in the process. But that could just be me and my Sagittarius rising self, but in Sagittarius Mars, you know, Phoenix, like constantly changing and evolving, right? But, and I'm an air sign, so but that's literally what I told everyone before I left. I was like, I just want to go into this year and end the year, like, or even end this audition process becoming a better person than I was when I started. And I don't mean like better person like I'm a bad person. I mean like, I want to be a better like, I don't think the person that I was a good version of me. Like I feel like bad and good is like not a good way of putting it, but I feel like I didn't like the negativity that I would carry towards things, and I didn't like how I felt about myself. I didn't like how mean I was to myself. I think that was bad. I think that's okay to say, that the way I was hurting myself, and I think like obviously like everyone in my life was also saying that, you know, the way I was treating myself was bad. Like the way that I would beat myself down, like nobody, like literally nobody had to say anything to me about myself. Like nobody could say anything, because I was like, I'm already bagging on myself enough. So like what you would have to say to me, like it wouldn't even compare to all the horrible things I was saying to myself already, which is so terrible. But like, that was the reality. It was because I just went through so many horrible things in the past couple of years that like everything that anyone told me, like I internalized it, and like any opinion or any, you know, trauma that I went through, like all those words that I had been accumulating for like basically like 22 years, right? 22 years. It was my whole life. Like I accumulated, and then I projected it onto myself, and I kept it as like my personality. Like my personality, my personhood was an accumulation of everyone's opinions and thoughts about me. And it was like the worst of the worst opinions. And I carried it every day like a weight on my back. And I told myself to improve and to get better and to get better and to fix myself. And ever since I've started this acting journey, and this acting experience, my acting coach has been a great mentor to me. His name is Ryan Quinn from Musical Theater College Auditions. I definitely recommend them. They're a college audition school in New York, and they primarily work with undergrad students, but they also work with grad students. You know, they help you prepare for your grad auditions, they help you pick monologues, they help you prepare, coach you, be your mentor, be your coach. They have voice coaches if you're doing MT. But anyways, ever since I started this experience, it's just been like, I've almost been forced to like be nicer to myself, because I wasn't getting where I wanted to go. Like I wasn't improving, and I was trying so hard and it just wasn't working. Like I'd be like doing these monologues over and over, and I'm like, I don't feel anything. Like, why don't I feel anything? Why don't I feel what these characters are feeling? Like, why is this so difficult for me? Like, acting used to be so fun, and now I don't feel anything. And well, then he was like, well, because it's hard work. Like, it's not, this isn't just fun anymore. This is work, and it's hard and it's difficult, and you have to push through. And then, you know, kept giving me different pointers, and I was getting frustrated. I was like, this is like so much more difficult than I thought. Like, I don't like these different emotions that keep coming up, you know? I don't like feeling, you know, vulnerable, and I didn't like feeling scared, and I didn't like feeling, period. I didn't like feeling, right? I didn't like feeling everything that I had just been like pushing down and cramming down and trying to fix and be perfect. Like, I didn't like having to actually deal with things, and I didn't like how those monologues brought things up in me that I wasn't dealing with, because they were monologues picked just for me, you know? We picked them together, and I picked them, and I picked them for a reason, you know? And in order to really do them well, I had to find my voice, and I realized that I didn't have my voice anymore. That my voice was actually an accumulation of everybody else's voices. I had morphed that into my voice. I didn't have a voice. My voice was a jumbled mess of different words and phrases running around in my head, and I didn't know which one was going to come out at any given second. And that can help with therapy, but I felt like most of my therapy sessions were me just jumbling out words that are spinning around in my head and throwing them up like word vomit, and confusing my therapist because she didn't know what to do and what to say, because one minute I was saying one thing and the next minute I was saying something else, and then I was contradicting myself, and I was like, I don't know who I am, you know? That's what I was telling my therapist. I don't know who I am. And so then my acting coach is like, who are you? And I'm like, huh, beats me, you know? And it's like, you can't do these MFA auditions and not know who you are and not have your own voice, because that's literally what they're looking for. And I feel like that's how I struggled the first week of auditions, is like I didn't feel like I was really using my voice. I was still performing. Like I feel like it was still so much better than when we started, but I was still doing that. I didn't realize that until I worked with Mary Baldwin, and they were like, focus on me, and they acted like the subjects for the Helena monologue, and I just talked to them, and I just, like, so many things came out that never came up before, and it's because for some reason I just felt so safe that whole day. Like, people were just so kind, and I felt like all my armor left, and I could just be myself. And I I think that's what I realized. Like, it's not that I'm bad at acting or anything. It's like I don't feel safe. Like, I feel scared all the time. And in order to feel like I can really do what I can do, I have to feel safe. And I have to just show people who I am and not, you know, think that they're gonna like use that against me or something bad's gonna happen, right? So I'm working on that. It's all a process. And I love doing this, but like obviously there's always gonna be a part of me that's like, I wanna win, I wanna get it, I wanna do something, I wanna go somewhere, but like that's your ego, you know? That's not your highest self. That's not your higher self. That's not the self that wants the best for you. That's your ego. Because your highest self knows that you're gonna figure it out and you're gonna do exactly what you're meant to do. Obviously, we all want to win. I mean, I want to get into school so bad. Like, I feel like a part of me breaks every single time, you know, it doesn't work out or I don't get something. But then I reminded myself a couple days ago, I was like, damn. And this is something that I would have to get into in like a different video of just like my past, but I was like, damn, 2 years ago, I didn't even have something that broke me. Like, I don't know, that sounds kind of dark, but like, I didn't even have anything, not that I didn't have something that broke me, that's the wrong way of phrasing it. I didn't have anything left fighting for. Like, I lost everything that I had loved, and I didn't even want to like, I didn't even want to go on anymore. And obviously I did have things, you know, like my family and everything, but to have this, you know, this thing that you just love so much and you have so much drive and passion and care and want and desire, it's not like your family, you know, it's not like a loved one. It's different. It's something intrinsic. It's something like in your stomach. It's in your gut. It feels, it's yours. It's yours. It's all yours. It doesn't belong to anyone else. It's not a person. It's a stomach feeling. I don't know how to describe it. It's a dream. I didn't have a dream. I had lost my dream. And now that I have it back, this is not going to be the end of the road for me. This is just the beginning. And for all of you who are starting this process or considering starting this process, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of a long career. You just have to be able to fight for it and just never stop. You know, if the MFA thing doesn't work out, you audition. If that doesn't work out, you try again. You gotta keep waking up and doing it. You gotta find a way to pay the bills. You gotta make it your main priority. Obviously, have a love life and friends and social life, but like, you can't think, you know, if this doesn't work out, I'll do, like, no, it has to be your it. Because if it's not, don't do it. Like, trust me, if you can do anything else, do that. Because this is not an easy career. Like, it's not like you get into MFA and you've made it. It's a long, long, long process. And not everyone is like Cami Mendez and what's the other girl's, Madeline Petch, who just gets out right out of college and get into Riverdale. But like, also after Riverdale, you know, they're still working hard to get roles, you know? It's a tough industry. I think Madeline is like producing her own thing, you know, because it's just like, she's like, I'm not waiting for these people to cast me, I'm gonna just make my own thing, which is great, because honestly, becoming a multi-hyphenate artist in this industry will make you go so much farther, because things are so, there's so many things going on right now because of streaming services, but there are also so many actors looking for roles. And sometimes there's just not enough roles. Well, all the time. And also not enough representation. So like, making your own work when there's just not enough roles made for you, especially as like a person of color, for me, I know there's not any like Indian stories, so like if I do ever, when I do get to Hollywood, I'm making my own Indian shows, you know what I mean? Like I'm making my own stories, because who else is going to if I don't? So you gotta have goals like that too that will push you forward to keep doing it. It can't just be about vanity, or, you know, because you think it's like gonna make you super rich. Like if you're looking for money, then like become a financial broker. I don't know. Like why would you go through all of this just for money? Like that's not what we're doing here. Anyways, I just wanted to hop on here and actually like talk like for real, not like running around from one place to the next, because I feel like I've been doing that a lot and I don't like doing this. Like it actually makes me feel really uncomfortable, which is kind of what I was saying earlier. I feel like I perform a lot when I'm doing this, and I'm not just like talking like who I actually am. I just perform, you know? And I don't want to do that. I just want to be myself. I hate performing with this camera. It like makes me not want to record, because I'm like, oh, gotta put my performing face again. And obviously like I'm always gonna perform to an extent, but like I just want to feel like I can record and just be myself. So I feel like that's what I'm gonna do, like new camera, new me, you know what I mean? Oh, I love this setup. Okay, I'm gonna finish this pasta. It's literally cold now, so I don't know, maybe I should probably warm it up. I got some wine. Well, I mean I had wine. I poured it in a cup. This is Merlot. I've just been drinking a little bit each day. Oh my god, it's aging so well. Like, ever since I opened it, every day it tastes better. Red wine, it needs time to set. So like, if you ever open like a wine bottle, don't drink it right away. Like let it sit outside, let it chill in the fridge. Not outside, like on your countertop. Just let it breathe, you know, because it needs to breathe. Otherwise it just tastes super bitter. Unless it's supposed to taste bitter. But this isn't really supposed to taste bitter. First day though, when I drank it, I didn't do that and it tasted really bitter. So don't do what I do. Alright, I really need to go now. Both of my devices are dead. I went to Chelsea Market today and I got some goodies, even though I didn't plan to buy anything, but here we are. I wish I hadn't done that, because I feel like packing is going to be so much more difficult now, but I also wanted to be able to look at it until I leave, so whatever. This is a Chinese dragon. I guess it's called a water dragon. So it's a, what's it called? It's a hybrid dragon that can go in the water but also be on land. I don't know, I just really related to that, because I feel like this is me. Like he's fiery, but he also goes in the waters, he's emotional, but then also earth-like. Also earth. This is me. Anyways, and then I got a Buddha. I don't know. This is the Buddha. He's called 3-inch Standing Buddha Gold. I don't know, I just wanted some things that make me feel calm, because I've been getting really into religion lately. I've just been feeling, because I feel like when I'm home, I just have so many voices in my head, like I said, like other people's opinions becoming my opinions, that like I get so confused about my faith because my parents want me to be Hindu, and then my friends are like, why aren't you agnostic or more spiritual, and then Christian people that I know are like, why aren't you more Christian and like go to church and know every Bible verse there is, and I'm just like, what do you want me to be? Like, can I just be Serena? Like, can't I just be spiritual and kind of believe in Hinduism but mostly believe in Christianity, like, but also support gay rights? And like, why do I have to choose one? Why do I have to like be who you want me to be? So anyways, I've just been feeling really close to God and feeling close to like my faith and just understanding that, you know, I do have a destiny, I do have a purpose, and that's just what I believe in, and I know that things are going to work out for me because this has been my path all along, and that, you know, God is looking out for me, and that's just what I've learned. And so I just wanted something that made me feel, you know, that there was just some kind of meditative presence around me. But I got these 2 books from Postman Books was in Chelsea Market. I got this book. It's called Mostly Dead Things. I know, right? It sounds so positive. It's about this girl who, her father kills himself, and she has to step up and manage his failing taxidermy business. So literally, they fill dead animals up, prop them up, and sell them. Her mother starts sneaking into the taxidermy shop to make provocative animal art while her brother Milo withdraws. And Bryn, Milo's wife and the only person Jess has ever been in love with, walks out without a word. It's not until the Mortons reach a tipping point that a string of unexpected incidents begins to open up surprising possibilities and second chances. But will they be enough to salvage this family to help them find their way back to one another? Christian Arnett's breakout bestseller is a darkly funny family portrait, a peculiar, big-hearted look at love and loss and the ways we live through them together. I just really, really like books like this. Like, I read a different one. It was about this family who had a monkey as like one of the... Oh shit, I just spoiled it. Family about this lost sister, but we find out something about the sister that I'm not going to spoil. We find that out in like the middle of the book, which is about like grief and loss and how it affects every single family member differently, and I just love that so much. So this kind of propelled me into this book as well, because it's kind of similar but it's also really different, so it's not too similar. And also, she's a queer fiction writer, which I think is amazing. But also this book had a little like blurb of like someone recommending it who works at the bookstore, so I was like, okay, it's probably good. And then this one I'm super excited about. This is The Yellow Wallpaper and Other Writings by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. So basically, like, I read The Yellow Wallpaper in college in an English class, and it's probably one of my favorite novellas of all time. Novella just means like a shorter book. Like, it's not like a novel, like it's not super long, it's just a little story. But it's such an impactful story that has actually impacted like so many novels and writings to this day. It's literally like 20 pages long. Like the yellow wallpaper is 20 pages long, but it's so good. And so basically this is a bunch of stories that Gilman has written, which I didn't even know that she had this book. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I could have Charlotte Perkins Gilman in my freaking bookshelf. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm so excited for that. Yeah, so that's exciting. So anyways, that's what I got. I'm gonna warm up my pasta, finish eating, charge my devices. Tomorrow's another day. We're gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna upload all these videos tomorrow. I probably won't actually record anything tomorrow. I'll probably just be uploading. So I think I'm gonna record on either Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday I'm probably gonna record a date with me, so stay tuned for that. and then I'll have an audition on Juilliard, so maybe I'll record like a prep with me, prepare for Juilliard audition. So I'll